はい、というわけで何回も UFO さんに助けられましたが。とりあえず次はチャイルド・オブ・ライトを走ることが決まっております。バックアップランですね。ちょっと EST とかまだわかんないんですけど、EST が出るんでしょうか。そうですね。穴埋め2時間ぐらいだと思います。スケジュール出て、スケジュール更新してますかね。ちょっと確認しますね。まだ出てないですね。そうですね。1タイトルあたりどうしても長いので、何かずれると大変ですね。まあ、これも、まあ、大体本家側が一番大変なんで、本家側の対応を待ちましょ
Google の新しいスマホ。それはたとえ暗い場所でも愛する家族を美しく撮りたいあなたのための Google が作った親バカカメラ。高性能なカメラも嬉しいプライスです。 Google ピクセル。
しばらくお待ちください。そういうこともあります。さてさて、チャイルド・オブ・ライトを開始を待っていますが、1時間16分の PB。なるほど。まあ、そしたら1時間2、3、20分、30分見る感じでしょうかね。ちょっとは、チャイルド・オブ・ライトもやったことがないので、どれぐらいタイムがずれるのかわからないです。吉田さんは、多分1時間30分ぐらいで、30分ぐらいやったらそのまま巻くって可能性もありますね。
Hello, everybody.
When did you get here?
本気が温泉が来ましたね。
I've been here. To quote the great Ambassador Kosh from Babylon 5, I have always been here. Well, guys, gals, and non-aligned pals, it is time for a quick disturbance in our regularly scheduled programming due to unforeseen tech gremlins infecting our systems.
来ましたね。
And we are going
チャイルド・オブ・ライトの N%。
Child of Light any percent with
なるほど。
Kay. How you doing, Kay?
I am a little surprised that I am here on the wonderful RPG Limit Break channel for questing for glory, hope, and healing as a runner and not as a host.
Right. And yes, Hobbs, you can absolutely donate for more Ambassador Kosh quotes. Love me some Ambassador Kosh. Anyway, without further ado, Kay, when you're ready, let's take it away.
All right. Well, I'll give a 5 count then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
はい、グッドアップです。
So this is Child of Light. I'm going to try and talk slower. I'm actually really nervous. I was not expecting this at all. So Child of Light is made by Ubisoft, which you may know for titles like Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six Siege, and some others that are really popular. But we have this kind of watercolor, stained glass-esque RPG, Child of Light. And sadly, our mother dies here at the beginning of the story, and then Dad, of course, happy gets remarried, and some other
まあ、で
things
も、
happen. Like, I don't
1
know
時
what
間
I
半で
thought.
終わるのかな。でも、まあ、1時間半で 2% ということは、なんかいろいろ技があるんでしょうね、これも。
I keep wanting to be like your hype man in the background, like, no big deal. Like, sorry.
とシーンが英語なので、
I'm just going to preface this.
あんまりよくわからないですね。
I am so super nervous right now.
You got this.
I've got the run. I don't know if I've got commentary.
Well, that's what I'm here for. I can help out, don't worry. I don't know a thing about the game, but I'm sure.
まあ、でも UB 開発はソフトです。で、割と最近ですよね。割と最近のゲームで1時間半で終わるってことはまずないと思うんで、まあ悪いことはするんでしょうね。
She thinks she is dreaming. She's only a 10-year-old little girl, so of course she is confused as heck about where she is, and the last thing she remembers is going to sleep, so she thinks she is dreaming. Bob, make sure you slow me down when I'm talking too fast. I have a habit of talking really fast when I'm nervous.
Have you met me?
Yes, I have.
I speak very, very quickly.
Yeah, but you're listening to me, so you know when I'm talking. That's speed run, speed talking, it's fine.
Speed running, speed talking. We're doing great.
We're doing great. So we start off here. The fastest way to move around here at the beginning of the game is actually going to be me doing a little bunny hop. Hop, hop, hop. This saves several minutes actually. I am very out of practice, so you will need.
これは間違いなくジャンプしながら動いてるのはその方が早いからでしょうね。
While I'm hopping here, Bob, do you have anything to say?
I do indeed. Whether it's relevant to the marathon or not, I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure I can find something relevant to the marathon to say. As you know me, I'm always very,
はい、現在、
willing to say why we're here, right? Like, we talk a lot about the games and the courses we're doing here.
チャイルド・オブ・ライトを今走る、まあ、急遽決まって、チャイルド・オブ・ライトは進行中です。で、これは、通常クリアでもコメント、まあ直接ジャパニーズリストリームの方で解説に来ていただいても、コメントの方でも解説のでも構わないので、まあ、このゲームがどういうゲームなのかを知っていただければということで、できればお願いします。今回のcaeshuraさんは、そうですね、本家のクエスティング・フォー・グローリーのレガイア伝説の解説をされてて、レガイア伝説がちょっと回線の都合で落ちちゃったので、急遽チャイルド・オブ・ライトを走っているという状況です。バックアップですね。ストーリーだけでも。 闇に包まれたレムリアを。プレイヤーは、我が国のオーラとなり、闇の上部から3つの光を取り戻す旅に出ます。はい。3つの光を集めに行くんですね、つまり。助かります。剣を取りましたね。はいはい。仲間は途中で集めるんで選択肢は。ああ、そうですね。TA はさすがに冬仲間になるんですね。で、戦闘チュートリアルを今やってて、っていうか、戦闘こういう仕組みなんだ。に横スクロールでも置いたからそういうゲームだ。そのまま動くのかと思ったら、コマンド式になるんですね。で、これは先制取ったのかな。で、ウェイトゲージ制で、キャストのところに行った時から選択で攻撃が発生するっていう仕組みなのかな。そう、もっとアクション系の感じのスタートがしましたよね。で、スキルツリーみたいなの今、触ったのかな。で、右下の赤いゲージのところで攻撃を受けるとリセットされる。はあ、なるほど。で、レベルアップでアビリティポイントをもらえて、それを使ってパワーアップできます。なるほどね。ありがとうございます。ある程度スキルの必要なところまでは稼ぐのかな。早くプレイして今から解説できるようになった凄まじかいですね。
Back.
Welcome back. Can you hear us now?
あれああ。
We are here. We are audible now.
Woo, voices. So there were some things that I was saying.
That's round one to us, Discord.
装備品は石っていうのがあっ
There were some things
て、
that I
色
was
と合
saying
成で
there
ちょ
that
っと
I
だ
will
けステータ
actually
スを変えられる。
later. But all of you have noticed that there
アク
is
セサリーみたいな
a
形なんです
style
かね。
battle system, and that is
今は
really
本家さ
important.
ん、本家の
So
音
something
声
my
が出て
firefighter
なかったの
friend
で、
can do is actually blind the enemies on
それが返って
the
きましたっていうのをして
local
ます
world.
ね。
Say hi to my cat Yo-Yo. She really wants us to
本家の解説は今帰ってきたところです。
and
奏者さんも
make
帰
it
って
so
き
that
た。
I don't have to do any extra battling. So those 3 battles that I took that everybody saw me getting my EXP get from are actually the only grinding that I am going to be doing in this run. All of the rest of my levels are going to be coming from bosses.
はい。
Hello, Gargoyle.
今に静かだったのは、まあ、
New
う
incentive.
ちの
Pet the
トラ
cat.
ブルだったみたいですね。
I mean,
横スクロールな
I will
パ
pet
ズ
the
ル
cat
で
during the
飛行できるようになるから、アクション要素少なめ。
cutscenes.
なるほど。じゃあ、
If you want to
移動部
know,
分
you
で
can
純
read
粋にほとんどRPG を純粋に楽しんでもらうっていう話なんですね。タイマーがリセットされてますが、続けましょうっていう。
hopefully do a little scenario break here where I'm supposed to actually do a little puzzle. World record incoming. Very funny. So I'm going to do a little scenario break here where I am going to try and use
はいはい、
some
左ク
awesome
リッ
gear
クで
to jump over that hole.
あれですね。
It's going to be fantastic.
弾が
I
引
am
かされて、
not
それでエ
going
ンカウン
to
ト拒否
set
行ったり
a
仕掛けを
blessing
混ぜる。
box
ありが
off
とうご
of
ざ
the
います。
platform, and then we're just going to do
これはあれでもね、まあ、本家チャットも似たようなこと言ってたらしいですね。 もうハードレコード見えるなって言ってました。
I will not push it off. I won't, Bob. I did. I'm sorry.
That's fine. You
はいはい。
push it off.
ま
Push it off. That's up to you.
あ、そう、まあ、使える時間があって、まあ、ほっといたら回復するんですよね。
Considering I haven't run this game in a long time now.
PS3 とかにもあったはずなんで、まあミニスティックで触れるとかそういうのはあるとは思いますけどね。今回 PC 版をやってるので、全クリックで回してますけど。
On this very same channel, way back in
で、
2016,
まあ上に
way back
戦
in
闘
the
中も
day,
光らせることができて、当てる敵のスピードが上がります。ああ、かなり重要ですね。これで調整できるんだったら調整してから、あかんところで見ながら攻撃を当てる、結構忙しいゲームですね。
Summer games done quick, not shortly, but after that, and I said, you know, I really want to run this game too because it's a really nice game, and
これは
I can say with some conviction that this has been the only speedrun that I've really ever been really invested in. Not sure why.
Okay. So when was the last time you ran this game seriously?
そうですね。コンソールで普通の操作しながら見でやるっていうのは、全くしてないので、レベル、まあ、そこは多分、RTA のテクニックがあるんじゃないかなと思います。あ、もともとビータで出たゲームなんですね。ビータタッチパネル使えるし。本当はタッチパネルだったんですかね。それともミニスティックだったんですかね。はいはいはい。で、これが、ボスかな、これ。からせて、関節止めながら、でもこれかなり大変だし、片方は止めれてるけど、もう片方は一発5ずつ受けてるので、体力が左上に表示されてる通りなんで、最大26で今18勝なんで、結構大変です。でも1体倒したから、1体倒せばなんとかなりますけどね。この感じだと。
for every crit that Aurora and Finn get. However, I am quite fairly out of money at the moment, and I will just say that
そうですね、一旦やったら確実にパターンでパターン入れて倒してますね。倒しましたね。
donate $1 for every crit that Aurora and Finn get.
Speaking of donations, I have one here. Hobbs did ask if he could donate for more ambassador cost quotes, and they have followed through with $30 to ask for another ambassador cost quote. So let's see here. I think it's got to be the classic of, if you go to Zahadum, you will die. There you go. If you're very good, I'll give you another one later, Hobbs. If you're very, very good.
So game feed cut. Don't worry. Don't even blink an eyelash. I am doing some cutscene skips here, and fighting with Uplay all the while. So I am just doing some quick cutscene skips
これ飛べるようになったので、3つの光を集める旅が始まるんで。ゲーム持ってからカットシーン、カットシーン飛ばすために戻ったんでしょうね、これは。
You caught me right in the middle of trying to blow my nose, actually. What I'm going to do is, rather than saying anything about donations, I do want to talk about a few things that went into sort of getting this marathon in place and that kind of thing. as you all know, usually there's an RPG limit break marathon of a year, but due to certain circumstances,
結構頻繁に
it happened this
ゲーム
year.
染めて
So we
っていう
stepped
感じに
in
なってますね、
with
今。
Questing for Glory, Hope and Healing.
さっきのがあったんで怖いんですけど、
raising money for Nami, but
もう
what you're
今回
seeing
そう
is
ですね、飛びました
isn't
ね。
just the runners and the volunteers and the organizers that deserve credit here.
で、アイテムを取得して、
I do want to say thank you to everyone that's donated prizes. I want to thank everyone that's donated their art, their time, their effort, and things like that. And I do want to give a
ここで6
massive
分なのは
shout
まあ、タイマー飛んでますけ
to
ど、
the foreign language
タイマー何
restreams
分ぐらいで飛んでなかった
which
か
you
な。
can find over at twitch.tv La French Restream. And there's a Japanese restream at twitch.tv Japanese _ restream, which is really, really cool if you ask me. Go check them out. Give them some love.
ジャパニーズリストリームの皆さん、こんばんは。
こんばんは。
I don't actually know who is handling the restream over there. I don't really say anything.
そうですね、会社さんが日本のリストリーム解説しているので、
I studied French in school, right?
解説できて、まあ、聞いていらっしゃる方なので普通に
used it for
やりましたね。
I couldn't tell you a thing in French at the moment.
今、リストリームの、まあ、各リストリーム、フランスのリストリームと日本のリストリームがあるんですね、今回。で、そこの説明した時に日本のリストリームっていうので、ってことだと思います。はい。仲間ヒーロー仲間、こう、まあ、仲間をカットしていくんですかね。アイテムはホタルで取れる。なるほど。青いので取れるから、いちいち移動をする必要はないと。青いので回収していくと。で、スキルツリーで強化入りましたね。
You can tell I'm slow because I'm being really slow. Hold on, wait. I need to use. Oh, I have extra.
で、これは強化アイテムですね。
DLC that I did not mean to have installed, but that's okay.
強化アイテムでステータスを増強したと。
Run invalidated, but it's a marathon run, so it's no big deal.
I was going to say the fact that the timer didn't start till about 8 minutes ago might have
そうですね、力の種みたいな。固定値かな。固定値上昇っぽいので、かなり便利ですね。あ、仲間にしてるんですね。仲間いたわ。
Oh, I got a critical hit! Wow!
クリティカル当てた。
So every boss from here on out is going to have friends, and friends usually.
いや、痛いぞ、13ダメか。仲間レベル8ですね。高いですね。13ダメとか受けてるのはかなり厳しいですよ。3発当たったらやられますからね。
It's no problem. I'm used to it on PJ stream.
So what I'm going to be doing is basically interrupting this ogre here over and over
こ
and
こ
over
1
again.
体になったらこれですね。確実に止めて、
You do get a turn, I'm sorry. And
Ah.
this is basically to save frames.
と、
The less that this boss gets to make an attack, the more frames I save. The more
大体
time
一人
I
にしたね。
save,
そう
the
ですね。
faster we go.
そういうことだ。だけど今当たっちゃいましたね。だいぶ痛いですよ。
It's a very grand
知らなきゃ安いです。
battle mode.
あと、
This is how you know I am
これは
out of practice.
どうなんでしょうね。
Normally I would
大丈夫なんでしょうかね。
and also know what I am doing. Ogre has several attacks that are very similar to one another, and makes it so that it
これ
can be
倒れてても
used
経験
against
値
no one
入
it
る
is
のか
going
な
to use, but we have beaten it. And you might be saying, but Kay, Aurora is there. Don't worry about it. She wakes up just in time to get the experience.
あ、倒れてても経験値入るんですね。あ、じゃあ大丈夫ですね。割と。これ倒れて経験値入んなかったら危ない。経験値満額でしたね。
Call out all of you wonderful programmers in the rando community. If you can find a way to break this game and make a randomizer out of this game, I would probably play the heck out of that.
Because that's what
Just
we need is
saying.
more randos.
Yes, that is exactly what we need. More randos. So I'm going to pick up this here. This is an oculi. It is a blue one. I wanted a green one. I will talk about those shortly. But I have a kind of finicky skip coming up.
タイマー動いているので、これも奏者さんの回線ですね。
Well, I'm going to continue giving shout outs to people.
Sorry,
I'm going to continue giving shout outs to people that have been helping us out, actually. Because I talked about the French and Japanese Restream. But I do want to give a big shout out to a gentleman on Twitter, K Butts Corner, who's done all of the artwork for Questing for Glory. Doing all of the artwork for Questing for Glory since 2017, which was the first Questing for Glory. He did the logos, the promotional banners and things like that. So thank you very much to Kevin for all.
というわけで、なんか先のところまで進んでました。
It is much appreciated.
で、ファストトラベルでどうかな。
I guess I need to ask someone a quick question in Discord. I apologize. I should have fixed this out.
はい、で、仲間、魔法使いの仲間が増えました。ジャパニーズ、そうですね。なんか何回も触れてますけど、なんなのかちょっとよく分かってないところはあるんですよね。真っ暗になるのは多分、カットシーンを挟むから、カットシーンの前で保存されている段階なんで、ゲームを落として加速するって方法で、ゲームを落としてから再起動する方が早いっていう判断で落としているんだと思いますね。それだとゲーム消えちゃうからちょっと怖いといえば怖いんですけど。
Which is the launch PlayStation 3. It's a minimum bid of $30 across, and that is a total of $30 across all of the marathon. And what it is it's a
本来は井戸の下にいる人を助けるけれども、カットできるならカットするでしょうね。はい。
It's an absolutely brilliant prize. Get your
そうですね。タイマー命よりも重いの仕方がないですね。で、これがなんかカットシーンを見ているから成分が挟まらないんでしょうね。これは見なきゃいけないということ。5章かな。
mini dungeon is where we get a character named Finn. Finn has some magic that is extremely helpful and that we want throughout the game. Finn is instrumental to
5章ですね。
and we need him. However, he only joins us if we save all of his friends and family. Makes sense. We're not going to do that though. It takes too much time. So what we do instead
詳しい方に聞きたいんですが、このゲームは何章まであるのでしょうか。
and open the menu
調べればいいか。
When we do this, we are able to teleport because we can teleport from the beginning of the game somehow. By the way, this is my stepsister, Nora. She's really powerful. Don't mind her. So, we tell Finn that we're going to do it. We don't, and now here we are. And Finn is
で、姉も仲間にした。で、結構強いと。で、チャプター5が予期せぬ再開。ですね。で、10章まである感じですかね。
They're actually talking about how we can't go up because there is the wind is way too strong, and even though we can fly, we cannot fly that high. because of the wind. So we need to find a different way to get up to where we need to go without the wind bothering us. I'm grabbing some oculi here. I mentioned before that I want a green oculi, and that is because I want to make something called a tourmaline. Tourmaline? How do you say that word, Bob?
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
That's how I say it.
Well.
Then again, I'm from England, where we pronounce things incorrectly and add extra U so we can cheat at Scrabble.
Well, I thought that that was the correct way to say everything. So I want to get a tourmaline because a tourmaline will boost my
で、
magic.
これが 6章入りましたね。
And later on, I'm going to also be making an onyx, which will boost my magic attack.
攻略サイトを見てる感じ、クエストがそこそこありそうな感じなんですけど、カットできるところはどんどんカットしてますね。
So I'm going to talk really quickly
商人の街、ありがとうございます。
I'm sure he
攻略サイトのボルマスの街って書いてあるやつですかね。
I don't listen to that. Also, this is Robert.
と、
Lovingly called Bowrat. Bowrat is also a
こう8レベルで来るような場所ではないっていうのはわかりますね。攻略サイト20レベルだからそんな書き方してるんですけど。
So here's Magna. Magna is a big moving mountain, which we did
インコが開かなくなって経済崩壊してるのに助ける話。そのカット、なるほど。
We're going to go inside and get rid of some spooters for her. She has a little heart condition where she's got like these spider webs wrapped around her because the evil Queen of Darkness did something and made it so she couldn't move, and now we're going to go in there and help her out a little bit. Or something like that. Right? Right.
Sure.
Sure. That's me. Okay, sure. Ah.
This whole thing's just like one big stream of consciousness, and I love it. So I've had an answer on the prizes, and the prizes that are viable right now are for a donation of $5 or more. You can be entered into the draw for a NES controller.
これが攻略サイトに書いてあるマグナの口の中に入るというところですかね。
And it seems appropriate with Kay and I being
ここから
on
下に
the
降りてい
game
く
that
と。
one of the prizes is a set of dice. Because at the last limit break we played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons because it's great. So
I actually came to this stream from playing Dungeons and Dragons with my lovely bard.
本気解説さん。結構長い間プライズの解説をしてるんです。
best class of 5th edition.
巨人の心臓を闇から解放して空に向かう運んでもらう感じ。ありがとうございます。なんか心臓部分にどうすると戦闘があるっていうのが書いてあるので、まあ、そこなんですかね。でもそれ、俺の推奨レベル25から27とか書いてあるんですけど。スキルフリーに決まってるからですけど、早いですね。
These come with the DLC, so I'm just going to go ahead and use them already. I normally wouldn't have this many oculi, but it's not a big deal. DLC
仲間の加入が20レベルとかだもん。だし、こんなところで来るのはないんですよね。
So I'm going to get out Nora here, and she is going to slow all of the things, and then Robert comes with an AoE skill. Also, I forgot to slow this down. Hopefully it gets in the way. It did not, but that's okay. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. So Nora is slowed. As you can see, these spiders have the ability to slow things down, but I'm going to go ahead and speed Robert up.
ネズミは全体攻撃で妨害するのは得意。まあ、はめるってことですね。はい。主人公8レベルとかなんで、こう適正度合いも20ぐらいっぽいんで、まあ、さすがに戦えるところではないですね。
Sam Riegel at some point in my life. I don't want to be like Sam Riegel. I want to be Sam Riegel. I actually wanted
なるほど。仲間が増えても同時に2人しか出せなくて、交代、コマンドにも交代になると。ありがとうございます。
Half Elven Ranger to min max all of the things.
廃棄されましたね。
If you think that's min max in 5th edition, you're doing it wrong, Curler.
I feel like if you want a min max movement, you should go with a wood elf monk or barbarian, right?
Hey, Felly, we miss you too, buddy.
Hey,
う
fella.
ん。そうですね。なんかヘイストっぽい、ヘイストみたいな魔法かけてたし、そう、ネズミを徹底的に活用してはめるっていうことなんですけどね。
What can I say?
で、
I probably don't need this magic defense elixir, but I am so rusty that I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up anyway. So, ow!
これ経験値は、
Avoid fireballs.
Oh.
They're usually.
And
Oh,
the
they're
next game is
usually kind of
AD&D,
painful.
that's right. The next game in the schedule is Dungeons and Dragons game, so hopefully there will be bards aplenty.
All right, so perfect. I'm going to slow, as I should have done in the first.
この雲を倒さないといけないんですね。
Which is in the back on the ATB bar and not in the back on thing, and also this one got slowed, but it's okay.
か
And
け
now
て、
my bow rat is slow, but it's okay because I'm going to speed up my bow rats. You know, I feel like I always have better things to say at these times, like what's actually going on. But there are just spooters, and that's really it.
Okay.
ネズミの間にロバートって名前があるんです。すみませんでした。ヘイストかけて、全体攻撃で
I'm going to slow this
Okay.
spider because I think I
削り続けていくと。
Yes, I can.
これ回帰されるだけで結構ずれちゃうから大変ですね。
All right, and then all the spiders should be dead. There are still 2 more spider fights left. I have the spider fight with the little spiders, and then I have the big boss spider fight, and then we will be done for fighting spiders. But there will still be, I think, a couple of spiders throughout the run. So,
レベルがどんどん上がりますね。
please
と
donate,
攻略サイトを見る
with your
と
favorite, class.
3
If you donate
匹
enough,
ぐらいいるのかな、
I'll
雲が。
agree with you, at least for today.
At least for the next, like, 20 minutes. Maybe. We'll think about it.
I'll think about it.
Any good D&D stories? Done any good D&D stories?
Yes, I love hearing about D&D. I love D&D. So
こ
please
れ
donate D&D stories.
RT はサクサクいってるけど、だいぶ大変そうですね。3匹の雲を倒した後に、ボス戦。はい。ありがとうございます。
And
で、
to get her attention, he wants to open this vault because all that ladies like is money, right?
ボルトだから、
Robert says,
金庫ですね、
I
こ
want
れ。
to open this vault, but I don't know how. And the Queen of Darkness actually sealed this vault, and he's like, well, I'm not going to help you unless you...
ここでロバートは離脱する。離脱しちゃう。
Oh, sorry. It should be new game any percent. I forgot what I run. But in a true any percent run where it's actually just new game plus, oh boy. I have forgotten the combination for this.
金庫の順番忘れたって言ってるんですけど、大丈夫ですか？
Oh no, I got it right. Neat. Whew. You ever play a game and you're like,
ああ、
oh,
行きました
I know
ね。
this game so well. Wait a second. I've forgotten something. That was me, just now. Anyway, so in a true new game plus any percent run, we would just like skip this part and go anywhere else but to talk to Robert because we would have max stats and would need literally nothing else. So we get into here and Robert assumably gets money. I'm going to grab some of these
ああ、
chance
ロバートの再読はありましたね。
here, which are revives for safety, and then I'm going to get the rest of that stuff. That was an amethyst. Okay. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to fight the last.
レベル高いですしね。やっぱこれはやらなきゃいけない。
Do you have anything neat to tell me, Bob?
I do. I have the fact that we have a $30 donation from Nooster, who says emergency run hype. This one will be more than OK spelled.
そうですね。真の仲間っぽいですね。
caeshura of it.
経済もついでに使われると。
And that donation is going to go to Runner's Choice, which
Is
I'll get
whatever
you
the
to-
next incentive is.
whatever the next incentive is.
まあ
Sounds good.
さっきと同じよう
I
にやるん
am
です
a
ね。
huge proprietor of please meet all the incentives because everybody puts so much hard work and dedication into practicing for these things, and I would love nothing more than to see all of everything met and everybody able to show off all of their hard work to us.
For sure. I completely agree. It's
These spooters dodging everywhere.
so those legs. They're really good at it.
Spoopy dodges. All right. So I
戦闘画面の動きいいですね。
One
こ
more
れ
time, two more times. Oh my goodness.
かなり細かい。
You might think it's actually faster for me to shield with Nora here because I want to save frames, but actually queuing up her attack is less frames than queuing up a defense because she has all of the characters have a little defense.
レベルがどんどん上がっていきますね。
defending,
で、次はボス戦ですね。
animation. There we go. I couldn't remember the word. I was just like animation. Wait, they're the same.
Words am hard.
Words damn hard.
And just for those of you who are tuning in now, we are doing a any percent run of Child of Light on the PC because unfortunately we had tech gremlins infect the Legend of Legaia run.
思いっきり日本語のイントネーションでしたね。その前後は聞いてなかったので。
Flip turn things around, as it were. And
あれなんですけど。
we're doing our
Right,
best
real
to
quick.
keep up with things.
I am going down that certain skill tree for Finn because he gets a skill called
でもスキルツイをちゃんと振ってるってことは使うところがあるんでしょうね。
words.
で、
Popules or something rage, and it makes his.
宝石の作業をしてますね。
Alright. And then I am going to go ahead because I have it. I'm going to give.
一応属性があって属性で攻撃すると威力が上がるので装備でつけてます。はい、ありがとうございます。
I'm going to give.
これ、
Finn an onyx
本当だ。 テ
because,
キス
more
ト
details.
が早くて読めない。
Here at
まあなんか
least.
それぞれの付属効果がついてるので単純に有利になりますね。つけた方が。
And then we're going to fight this big scooter. I am going to.
でボス戦ですね。
And then that slow the big scooter. I want to make it so that these little spiders in the front have as few interruptions as possible. I picked up these antidotes just for this. This spider has the longest stun in the whole game.
そうですね。巻き食らってアンチ童貞で回復するターンが1回連ざるを得なくなりましたね。
Rather Finn be interrupted than have a fast spider. Nora is absolutely one of the best characters in the whole game as well. I'm just going to switch you. So normally I just do a lull and then have Rubella out. So I'm going to go
あ
ahead and
交代しましたね。
sometimes, wow, that spider dodge! That was not nice at all!
まあ現在あれですね。スケジュールにはなかったんですが
So I don't want to interrupt
事情にあり
because this spider has a,
バックアップとしてチャイルド・オブ・ライトを走っています。
Where if I interrupt the spider, it's going to cast haste. And spiders are very fast and therefore not very nice.
半分は折り返しは過ぎ
So
た
I
感
want
じです
to.
ね。
I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to get Finn out and give Finn a damage elixir. And unslow the spider with Igniculus in the hopes that... Okay, that's nice. In the hopes that I don't interrupt the spider. As I mentioned, I don't want to interrupt the spider.
ミラーで根性耐えられるスキルがあるってのは結構便利
I'm
です。
going to get out Aurora here.
結構ダメージがでかい。
A wrong direction. Quicken elixir on Finn. So now Finn is fast, and as you can see, I just barely am safe for hitting the spider without interrupting it. Gather strength is never nice. I'm going to slow down the spider now. Slow spider. And I am going to continue to try and micromanage
ド
my
ワーフ的なのは、属性魔法が使えるのに弱点攻撃を。なるほど。弱点をつける魔法を打てるのが強い。
I'm going to queue up
単
this
純火力が高いですね。
hit me and defend with Aurora. Oh, it's a
多分キャストタイム長めに取ってるとかそんなだと思うんですけど、
And yeah,
イ
we're
ン
just
タ
going
ラプトされると辛いですね。
Bob, what do you got to tell me?
There's stuff.
I like stuff.
I'm kidding. We have a $10 donation from Axis of Anarchy, who was calling us out earlier.
かなり総力戦ですね、これ。
Choice Bard. He says, so you wanted D&D stories. Our current campaign is heavily exploration based, so my Asimar Cleric Paladin goes with a new party to a pyramid nearby.
い
They
や、き
fight
つい。
against the Big Bad's forces, an Aboleth named Doo-Wop. And the bee person elder offers them honey that temporarily connects them to the hive mind. Unfortunately, the Aboleth had previously had control of one of our party members, so used the connection to take out the hive mind.
ああ、今は
They
インタラプ
all
ト取りに
went
来
to
ま
a
したね。
So the next thing's next, we go into the pyramid because there was a vision of a pit of honey with a powerful
で、相
artifact.
手が、
We get
あれか
there,
な、バーサク的なのがかかるのかな。
previously possessed, to try and save the bee people. She wouldn't. So I step over
ああ、
to
まあ、
the
入りました
and
ね。
had to pass 3 charisma saving throws, and I swear this is the most nervous I have ever been. I barely managed to squeak by.
まあ、
And
引
that's
く、ああ、でも倒しました
the
ね。
most powerful artifact and host to the bee person hive mind while it heals for 6 months.
構、きつめですよ。
Temporarily
レベル低いところで突っ込んでるのもあるとは思いますけど。
damage
だから
goodness.
大半そうだと思うんですけ
What
ど、
a story.
味方を光らせると回復できる。
That's a great story,
Oh.
Axis.
Right. So this is another cutscene skip that I just did. I skipped like maybe 30.
カットシーンは、
Maybe it's more like a minute.
ソトラベルして
of
回
cutscene
避ですね。
and replace it with like 30 seconds of loading times.
Covered in bees.
Bees. That's actually super cool.
普通のレベル上げ、ま
That's like the
あ、
coolest
RTA
story
はレベル
ever.
上げする時間がないですからね。普通、RPG は大抵、
I need to go back down to Magna.
まあ、
Magna
多少
will
はレベル上
actually
げするとは思うので、
the temple
アクションキットは別ですけど。
where I will fight the single most worst boss in this entire game. So if you have played this game casually, you are aware of Griffin, which is a jerkbird. And Griffin is the reason that I did not beat this game immediately. I had actually played this game far before I mentioned seeing it in 2016. And
レベル観察するのはまあデバッグモード開き始めるんで、そういうのもありますけど。で、おー。
This boss is hard for literally everybody. I picked it up again and defeated it, and actually Takase, who is the world record holder of this game, has a very, very, very great video tutorial on how to pick up this speedrun, which is a very short, sweet.
で、こっから7章ですかね。7章ですね。公爵と公爵夫人。
No regrets. Big things that Yeah. I
攻
am going to
略
pick up this
サ
one
イ
here.
トを見てる感じだとそんな必須の戦闘があるようには見えないけ
Because
ど、
it gives one more
まあ、
damage
1個ぐらい
elixir
必須
than
戦闘があ
the
る
other
のかな。
on the way does. Bob, you sound like you want to say something.
No.
あー
No?
ですフリーです
I'm
ね。
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Wow.
always willing to talk. You know me.
You had
あ、ザコはま
I did. I
あ、すごいよ
suckered you in.
はい。
What I'm
で、
doing, like,
装備で、
I'm just gonna come out and say it.
装備というか
2020 is
宝石
tough.
の入れ替えして、
Right. Let's be honest.
北海道
And we just want, we here at Question for Glory and at Nami want you to know that right now it's okay to not be okay, and that we get it. Nami get it. Please, if you need help, reach out,
で、
talk to someone.
これもボスですか
say
ね。
something. Hit up the helpline. Use the text number that we talked
まあ
about
で
in
も単
the interview
今回
with
単
Miguel
体っぽいん
earlier.
で、
Even if it's just
ここまで
using
で
the
もないのか
hashtag on Twitter.
な。あ、単体じゃないわ。
If you need
2体いるわ。
help, think you need help, please try and find it.
グリフォン的なやつですね。
I will be focusing throughout this fight, Bob, so you can keep talking. Long story short, I'm trying to get rid of these wraiths in the front because they're mean, and also Griffin is mean, so I want to get rid of Griffin ASAP.
なるほど。
Laura, Starlight All, and All. So the wraiths here in the front are actually vulnerable to light magic, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to give Aurora Unstoppable because you will see here in just a moment that the wraiths are
バンシーが
actually going to
光
hit
があまり
Aurora
効かなくてない。
mostly. And
確
if
か
she did
に
not have Unstoppable, she
モール
would
の
be
スキ
slow.
ルを打っ
If
て
either
削
of these
ってる
wraiths
感じ
crit
ですかね。
Aurora,
なん
I
か
need
その
to be
時
very
に
careful about the
ダメ、
big,
弱点っぽい表記も出たので、
Flappy Bird.
逆にそれ以外で削れないんだと結構大変ですね。
And do a little extra magic damage here. So most bosses have this kind of dichotomy where either the boss or the
取り巻きはスターライトの全体化で削っていく感じ。
either the boss or
Yeah.
the ads are weak to magic, and then
ダメージのあれは
the boss
スレベルの
or
差もあります。
the
I'm back.
Welcome back! Or vice versa, the boss or the
Sorry about
ads
that.
are weak to physical damage.
あ、
Sorry
打
about
撃は
that.
6点ぐらいしか取ってない。
No problem, welcome back.
You win this round, Discord.
これはしんどいわ。
Now, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No problem. I am.
You seem to
Not
be.
sure what I should do.
そう、32は入れ替えないとダメですね。入れてから、まあ、回復タイミングはある。
You can talk, Bob.
I can.
Hi.
Okay.
Yes, you can. I am super
Lovely.
focused. Go ahead and talk.
In that case, since you are super focused on whatever is going on, let's look into the future. Ooh, down the line, and look at what's coming up
取り巻き
in
もタフですね。
donation incentives. We've got we've got a few
で、切ってラストをずらします。
choosing the outfits for
物理攻撃に対してカウンターがあるってめちゃくちゃですね。
そう
ですね、さっきは場所入れ替えして、キャスで速度ゲージを調整して回復間に合わせてました。
As is the voice language. Right now, German is in the lead with $30, whereas French in second with 20. So if if the French Restream
Ah.
out there
といいの
want
か
to step up and represent, you gotta get your mark on
火
that
力
one.
出してるわけではなくて妨害役なので大丈夫だろう。あ
Uh,
あ、
our
頼むかって言えば一
said-
回 MP 回復させて、蘇生を打たれました。
We're good.
We're
Griffin
good?
is just showing off how mean Griffin can be.
蘇生打つんだ、しかも。かなり厄介ですね。
Well,
Whop.
back to the upcoming things. We have $60 towards the Seaside Supermodels in Final Fantasy 15, and then after that we're into Legend of Mana. So there's still all to play for in a lot of those bid wars. So yes, just be, you are being treated to the glory that is K noises. And they are amazing.
クリティカル273ダメ。まあ、クリティカルコミットは結構火力出してるからロバートはいる感じですね。
I'm not sure what I thought was going to happen, but I obviously had hoped that something else was going to happen. Griffin did all the wrongs, and Griffin knows it.
Griffin is well aware of everything he did.
単体これでツルなんですけど、こいつ、今の表記見てると、インタラプションかけるとカウンター打ってくるんですね。
Rudeness. Okay.
そう、カウンターでスローかけてくるの完璧にずるいですよね。妨害打つと全体スロー。おい。
And then brought me here to the chaos that you are getting to enjoy from me right now.
後半のボスの大体なんかしらのカウンター。
If you interrupt Griffin,
まあ、そうですね。まあ、単体やってこれで全部通るっていうのはさすがにいかないです。カウンターで自分にヘイストっていうのはやばい。きついですね。まあ、そうじゃなかった。単体になって、ハメが決まるっていうだけになっちゃうので、まあ、こういうカウンターがつくのは、当然といえば当然ですかね。倒しましたね。
Safe to say that we're all with you. You've got the power.
I did beat it. That's good.
ああ、
All right. So let's have a
ワンシー蘇生でちょっと危ないかなっていう感じはしましたけど、まあ、ちゃんと抜けましたね。ここで王国に帰るので仲間とはお別れ。おっと
Well, we're getting to see Aurora's father again, and we're learning that his sickness is quite grave, and that he is literally gotten so sick because he has a broken heart because Aurora died. We also learn that there is a
いや、ちょっと待って、別にいいよね。
Aurora's home in
光を厚めに
and Aurora is
たんですよね。
doubly inclined that she needs to get home as soon as possible to help her father. So we say goodbye to
光を集めるのは目的だったような気がしているんですけど。
You see they are sad. Finn is actually not leaving. Finn is staying in the party. It doesn't really matter. But
ああ、ここで。
we say goodbye. Ignore the fact that there is a treasure chest that only Igniculus could open. There could not be any possible things that are going to happen that could be bad here. So we're going to go through this mirror. And Nora will follow us through. And we're going to be home. We're home, Bob. This is like the end of the speedrun, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Nora, this way. We're still flying. It's okay. It doesn't matter. We're home. We're back in Austria.
Mm-hmm.
We are. Look, we're here.
This
It's
is
raining, just like it is in Austria.
This is my doubt.
オーストリア。
Oh, look, it's our stepmother and our stepsister that you never heard about until now, Cordelia as well. Cordelia has some really fancy name. Also, Nora's name is Nox. Our stepmother's name is Umbra, and Nani? It is the sudden and inevitable betrayal of our stepsister, who is actually evil. But don't worry.
Sudden but inevitable betrayal.
ああですね。で、もうこいつの悪く、こいつだって、何が去ったってことですね。
And it passed out. Our eyes are open. Don't worry about it. Bob, this is a great time as any for any other donations.
英語は最初の辺完全にふざけてましたね。はい。
Well, talked a bit about prizes. Talked a bit about upcoming donations.
で、これは
Schedule, shall we?
回想シーンかな
Let's talk about what's coming up after, because
夢
things
の中
are a little bit up in the air due to the Legend of Legaia run and things like that. So let's just get everyone back on a firm grounding. So once we are done with Child of
で、こ
Light,
れが、今話してるのがお母さんなんですね。
we are going to be
主人
moving
公。
to
はい、ありがとうござい
AD&D
ます。
Dragons of Flame any percent and Times of Lore any percent, both being run by Crusader, which are going to be very, very interesting runs. And then we have one of the games that High Spirits highlighted in our pre-show, Fire Emblem 5 Thracia, by Ghost Wheel, which I'm really interested in seeing. And so hopefully we're going to be keeping up with the schedule as promoted. The card is not going to be subject to change for the next little while.
これあれですか、お母さんが死ぬとこですか。
With an online marathon and tech gremlins,
なんかそんな感じがしますけど。
who knows what is at hand, should we say? So please bear with us if we're having to make any changes on the fly and things like that. But it wouldn't be an online marathon without absolute heaping boatload of tech issues.
It's true.
So please bear with us.
You're going to get to hear the flute song, which normally we would have heard at least once up until now. But this is how we know that, and this is really great fortune that you're getting to see this in the speedrun here. This is how we know that Aurora is actually a distant cousin to Will of Illusion of Gaia. Because Will of Illusion of Gaia, when he plays his flute, people catch on fire. Aurora has similar magic when she plays her flute, in that she like bewitches people into our parties. So we're gonna see that the guard who carried us up to this cage here is gonna come on and say, "Hey, I know that song. I like that song. I'm gonna join your party."
Fair.
Yeah, if I had had this in earlier, I probably would have had a donation incentive to play it on my little pianica. Alas, does Nora stay in the party the whole game? No. She does not.
はい、モンバが助けてくれる。で、モンバが仲間になったのかな、今。で、8章ですね。日本語版のサイトだと上の上の方っていうチャプターですかね。タンク役の仲間。応援がしてなんか割と聞き覚えのあるような単語なんですけど。まあ気のせいでしょ。
If you have all of the party members up until now, you'll actually see each of them in the cages, which I highly recommend in a casual game. And they will talk to you and say a couple of words about how they're surprised that you just left them high and dry.
なぜか味方も捕まってるので、なんか分かれたような気がしたんですけどね。
There is a quick little light puzzle slash thingy puzzle. Oh boy, how do I do this puzzle? I forgot. I think it's like this, right? Do that. And then... Alright! I did it! I remembered how to puzzle! Perfect.
But can you teach me how to Dougie?
RTA 直撃の茶番を挟みながらやってますけど、
Before your time. It was a song.
忘れた茶番多いですね。
A Dougie was a dance. Never mind.
Oengus actually wants us to save his people too, but we're going to go ahead and say, okay, we're all right, fine, we'll go do it. We'll help you out, Oengus. You know what? Never mind. Actually, we're on a speed run. I gotta go fast. And Aurora comes out here and she says, "Take not upon yourself others' burdens. I do not have the time. My father waits for me. That's my purpose, mine." And we leave Oengus. Bye. But now that Oengus is gone, I actually can't do the speed run. Quit the main menu. It's over. You know what? No, you know what? I'll go ahead and try again. I'll just go ahead and do the puzzle.
はいはい。
Let me load up the game again.
あれですかね、オエンガスの苦しみっていうクエストですかね。まあ、
Wow, magic. So this is another manipulation of...
で、本来ならクエストの
autosave feature
クリアなのになぜか仲間になってません？クエストのクリアで仲間になるはずなんだけど、なってませんかね。なんか表記ありましたけど。
It's magical. It's magical. So let me go ahead and give people some things. I'm going to go ahead and divvy out these Stardusts, which increase stats. This one will go to Finn. That one will go to Oengus. Magic goes to Aurora. Magic defense goes to Oengus. Dodge goes to Oengus. And speed goes to Aurora. Alright, and then I'm going to actually real quick heal up Oengus. We're going to
別にクリアしなくてもオーバーを連れていける。なるほど。
We're going to fight our sister Cordelia. Oh, she has a real name. It's something like that.
なんだっ
She is
て
in fact a dragon of some sort.
Rawr.
And I'm going to go ahead and use overall. I'm going to get out Oengus. Oengus has a skill called taunt.
で、お姉さんとバトですね。まあ、本当の名前をなんか、今日あれがやってましたけど、ドラゴンに変化して、田中みたいなことですね。あー、出てますね。
Finn here. Finn?
そうですね。雰囲気変わりましたね。
Robert, I'm sorry. Please do more crits in the future. I really appreciated what you did, and I'm going to get out Aurora and attack with Starlight because the monsters in the front here are weak to light.
うないって。
And then I'm going to need to count to
サーペントタイプのドラゴンなのかな。
for the 3 turns that Oengus will be taking.
そういうことにしときましょう。
One, I will need to heal with Oengus here.
にしても痛いですね。
2. I will actually not save Cordelia. She will probably heal, which is probably the single most
その
obnoxious.
タンク役なだけあって体力が高いですね。
I could have slowed her and it would have been okay. It is the single most obnoxious interruption counter, in my opinion. This is 3. I will need
ああ、
to
でも
taunt
取り巻きの攻撃で60とか飛んでますからね。 タンクが378体力があっても割と怖いところはありますね、これ。
There we go. Thank you, Icebreaker, for the information there. So you can see that this is really, really convenient.
まあ、ヘイトを寄せる技は使えるので、はい。なるほど。このダメージが刺さってたら、主人公2発ぐらい倒れますもんね。それは大事ですね。
This bottom wraith is probably going to be perishing soon. The top wraith has 100 more HP for whatever reason, and we'll take an extra hit to dispatch. And as you can see, oh, I must have. Someone got a crit. I'm going to go ahead and switch.
取り巻きは倒し終わったと。
Robert out for Aurora and heal Oengus with Robert. And also Fasten Oengus. And be slowed in again. Well, fiddlesticks. It's okay. I am going to slow the big bass.
カウンター、まあ持ってそうですけどね。
It's a fish now. And also make our own
スローをかけて、
or a little stronger.
スローをかけて殴るっていういつものパターンが始まるとは思うんですが、麻痺が入りましたね。
Bob, how are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I am getting quite hungry.
麻痺は言ったけど、まあ、
I can imagine.
まあ、予定が崩れちゃったんでちょっとあれですけど。
Here's what I'm gonna ask. You say you've not run this. I'm not gonna say seriously. Because that's not probably. You've not run this actively in like 3 or so years.
Primarily, yeah. So I've mostly just been, throwing it at marathons. As some of you may know, I also help run a marathon of my own, and annually, that's what that's called. And so I primarily just hold this off as oh no, we need a bonus game that is going to be quick, and that is this.
So you're not using. How much have you kept an eye on the scene since you've?
I
been
do.
running?
Yes, I do because I am very attached to my second place spot right under Takaze, and if somebody came in and threatened my spot, I would most likely come back to the scene, if not only to get a 115 or so, or maybe to bop Takaze, which is unlikely but possible.
So how much has the run developed in the time since you've been
大人になりました。はい。
going at it?
なんかよくわかんないけど、
It has not.
良くなりましたね。はい。
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, I missed my meme about Moon Prism Power makeup. Sorry. We got the moon and now we're tall. We are. When you pick up the moon, you turn into a teenager.
光やっぱ必要じゃんってことで集めに来ます。ほう。
No, you completely throw me off with the idea of the moon turning you into a teenager. Like some kind of lycanthrope.
Yeah, isn't that what happened to you? Like, one day you were in middle school, like in
で、
elementary
9
school, and then suddenly you
章
were in high school.
は日本語版のテキスト、日本語版テキストの解説と、キシアンとオーガ。で、
Oh, middle school then. Oh, I'm sorry. It's secondary school.
村のイベントがカットできなさそうだな
Well, did you have a fun
って感じはしてますけど。
I did. It was just, yeah. It was a pain
The behind?
in the tuchus.
So, we're in this rainy village, and we find one of my favorite characters, who we will not pick up, sadly. This is Gen. Gen's got like a really long name. She's some sort of ish person, and she is a little bard. She has like a little harp that she uses to attack, and it is just cute as heck. we will not pick her up because unfortunately, we're not going to come back here. But again, her parents are missing, and her grandfather here doesn't want to tell her what happened to them. They got eaten. I'm going to pick up some... Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I was hoping for a different item there, but that's okay. And yeah, so we're going to go over here and do some more light puzzles. We are literally going so fast here that we're actually going to have 2 conversations at once with Igniculus here. We're going to be talking about how we left him behind, and also how Igniculus was afraid that we were going to leave him forever, because he is just a firefly, he is pure, and we must protect. Alright. So, let's see. Last number. Sometimes this one can fall weird and fall in like a perfect place where you have to pull it from one side.
台を落として運んで。
There we go. I'm going to menu real quick. Now that we're tall and Aurora is a teenager, she has unlocked the power within all of us, and we will be filling in some extra skills here that we wouldn't have otherwise had until Aurora became a teenager.
数字を持っていって下の数字をのライトを光らせてすると。で、攻略サイトには全ての数字を光らせると戦闘になるって書いてありますね。
And then we are going to fight the ogre's cousin, Ogre 2. Or something.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so the ogre lives in an elevator, and it guards the door, and it will smash us to the floor. Look, just give us the villagers back, you bore. You will not get those Piscean gnomes back. I hate them all. What do you think about that? I think it's ruined. I'm going to kill you now. So, the killing shall happen. I will go ahead and hinder all. And do taunts. I want the big guy to go first.
この両親を探してくれって話だったんですが、別に、後で。これがオーガですね。そういう風にも英語本家解説の方も言ってました。けど。まあ基本に忠実に戦っていく感じですね。これ。
Okay, it should be good.
We're fine. We're fine.
序盤にも言いましたよね。
Will not happen. We're safe, but it can happen, and it's kind of funny. Oh yeah, Oengus has this passive skill to use setback, which will knock any enemy back on the weight bar.
英語のとこなカズンって言ってるからどうですかね。合ってるよね。
Oh, this is very spooky. I do not like the spookies. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hold on. I will just real quick.
カズンはいとこですね。
Something that I didn't really get to talk about that Oengus can do is that Igniculus can do is heal party members when it shines its light on them. It can potentially bring back
全体攻撃で取り巻きが倒したからあとは
HP for
そう倒してでも一体ですね火力はね。
And this is why we like Oengus and Roberts. So we're just going to take out this giant. That's it. That's the giant. That's what you get for eating those Piscean gnomes, you.
倒しましたね。セットバックもできた。そうですね。
Giant thing.
行動プラスがちゃんとあるっていうのは。まあ、こっちが使うにしても、相手が使うにしても強力ですね。このゲームシステムだと。
write about you in my tomes.
Yes, that'll do. Domes. Yeah, domes, rhymes.
So, we're at the lowest of the low. We are under the ocean. And we are quite close to the end of the
10章ですね。これが最終章ですね。
I'm going to grab that stuff there. I'm going to avoid being static shocked by electricity. I don't normally pick these up, but I'm going to grab these.
おー、なんか先進んでるから戻って仲間にしないみたいですね。
Because I do not want to be leaded. I'm going to grab some more Stardust here. And yeah, we're going to navigate our way through these shiny crystal things. Don't hit the crystals, they do hurt.
All of the metal the metal in here looks like chromes. I, for one, see lots of foam. Yeah, very good, Double. At the end, do these characters go back to their homes? Excellent.
I was trying to see.
Good rhyming.
Yeah.
Good rhyming.
His breath is Shaol. The situation is dire.
I'm gonna set him on fire.
Oh my.
No? Okay.
No. So this is a secret little treasure trove that you would need to follow the correct path to find. But yeah, we know about it, and you don't need to actually unlock it in any way. You just need to know where it is. So we're going to go ahead and grab the treasures here. I'm going to do a little more making of the oculi. And all right, so I'm going to give Aurora this big faceted thing, and that.
全然コストドワーフだけど、ドワーフはわかんないからな。
And you should definitely not have that on. I will give you that and thing for the water. And you also get a big faceted.
ファンタジーのドワーフ結構設定ぶりが大きいのでよくわかんないんですよね。
To quickly use the. Oh, I need to use my skills. Real quick.
まあでも男性ドワーフは基本的に全部小さいのかな。
Use the Stardust, so I need to give
どうでしたっけ
MP because Finn has a very low MP. I did pick up some things, so I'm going to cure Finn's magic, and then we are going to jump up to. I believe that Takaze, the world record holder, decided that this monster is called Sahagan, and that's the canon name now. There is no talk about what this monster's name is. This is a boss.
クリスのシンベルの秘密を達成したっぽいですけど。
That only has, and you can see, 2 sets of witch flowers, which makes it very, very difficult to figure out sometimes. I want to interrupt everything here, otherwise, bad things can happen. Okay. And then we are going to switch over to Aurora.
画面動いてますよね。大丈夫ですよね。
The 2 follower thingies quite easily, and I'm going to. Oh, don't do it! Okay.
Alright. じゃあ、こっち側の問題です。はい。
Okay, gather strength. That's good. Fire setback and crit also. Wow. Okay, now that thing is le toast, I'm going to heat it up with Oangus and Aurora a little bit. We want to just get rid of everything in the front here so that we don't have to deal with any potential bad things happening to us. I'm quickly going to get out Finn, who is going to interrupt the Sahagan thing. I'm waiting to pick up the Stardust there because I want to make sure that the MP Stardust that go that will restore the MP will actually go into Finn's MP, because if I try and grab those while he's casting the spell, it doesn't actually get attributed. And then I'm also going to use Elevate's damage on Finn. I think I might have... Oh, no, I didn't miss the boat. I want to make sure that I'm not slowing too much, because... Ooh, that's crit! It can be bad. I'm going to lull this thing and go ahead and do another lightning. I do need to restore Finn's mana. But hopefully... Oh no, we're good. Okay.
はい、ダメージ出ますね。
And I think, actually, the monster should be dead. Yep. Very nice. So as you can see, Finn dishes out a lot of damage when he
なるほど。
does crits. And this is in part to the... I am good at delaying myself by 3 seconds. It sounds correct. Just fate things. So this Finn's damage in part is due to Aurora's full... Give me. Full... hold on. Ooh, there we go. Full-powered enhance damage spell. What was that called again? And also in part to the fact that we have a big faceted I am very rusty with this puzzle. If you couldn't tell I'm rusty with the game, hopefully that puzzle helped you. Yes, and Rage of the Capilli as well. Thank you, Caront. And also the faceted onyx and the tumbled tourmaline that I have on his personage for Oculi. I like to grab this, if only that I get the golden ones instead of the amethysts. Sometimes I do. It's not important. Doesn't say
かなり終盤ですけど、
really good when
どうなんでしょうね。
Robert knocks back enemies. All right. So here we are. So. Bob, do you remember what our white-haired stepsister's name was?
No.
So her name is Nox. Why do you think she's named Nox?
Well, that's Latin for
そう
night,
です
isn't it?
ね。
It's actually because she farts noxious fumes!
で、
Mwah, mwah. That was not what I was expecting.
ボーナスに出されてきたら削られていきますね。
Can we? Can someone give me a hook cane to get K off the stage?
Oh, yep, this is where my run ends. Thank you everybody for having me. It was nice knowing you. This is one of the few places in the game where you can actually game over. If you, I think you all may have noticed, but when we, oh, sorry, I have actually not passed out on the actual bosses or anything. If you die to a boss, you actually just teleport back to an autosave point, which is usually at the start of a new zone. So if you die to anything on the screen, like overworld damage, you will actually get a game over, which is one of the few times you do see a game over. Alright. So I'm going to very quickly use the Stardust here that I have. I am actually also going to heal Aurora. She's the only one who needs healed because she's the only one who takes the damage at the from
強化値とスキルですね。
And then I am also going to switch out Oengus's Oculi for for this big shiny one, and we're ready to go. We're going to fight our sister, Nox.
ノックス戦ですかね。
All right, so I am going to get out Robert here. Yes, Robert. And Robert is going to use Kinderall. I am going to get out Oangus. And Oangus is going to use a potion called Unstoppable All that we picked up a little earlier. And then I'm going to slow Big Sister here. I do not want her getting hit by Robert's Kinderall.
ドラゴナーがきついのがいいかな。まあ、そうですね。
She will cast Unstoppable as her counter here, so that is not fun. And then I will just beat up everything basically.
インタラクションでガード張ってくるんですか、こいつ。
Sadly, the hands are going to get hit. This is probably like a yes, exactly, Ice Burner. The daughter of Octomam and Leviathan. Ouch.
なるほど。インタラプトするとガードを張って、インタラプトにカウンターでガードを張ってインタラプトを不快にしてくる。なかなかやりますね。
Ton of love.
Aw, thanks.
You deserve it.
I didn't do anything, but thank you.
You shouldn't have to do anything to get love.
タイタルの単体攻撃も結構痛いですね。
Anyway, enough of that. We are, of course, coming very gradually to the end of this run, which has been a stand-in run because we had some technical gremlins.
取り巻きの 2V は落としたと。あと本体だけですね。
Please, everybody in the chat, and I mean, well, not everyone in the chat. Don't spam, but please let's see some thanks for caeshura in the chat for stepping in at the last minute and providing us some excellent Child of Light runnage. I think it would be greatly appreciated from the organizers and things.
応援がすが受けないと相当ダメージ取りますね。
Greatly appreciate that. But not at the end of the run just yet. Stay tuned for more. And there will be more runs after this. Please bear with us. See all those thanks in the chat for UK.
Oh, thank you.
まあ、そうですね。動画があってもどうしてもない。基本的には数的不利を強いられる試合が多いですからね。で、さらにキャスト中の赤で攻撃を受けると、ノックダウンを受ける、バック受けちゃうし、まあ、なかなか振りにくいところ、攻撃以外は振りにくいところはありそうですね。回復値が弱点のライトニングストライクを続ける感じですね。
But she has not used it a single time and is just being, well, a mean stepsister. So I guess it's on brand.
でもスターライト一発257で600ダメ出しをライトニングストライク一発で出すんだったらライトニングストライク打ちますよ。400出るならそう倍以上出ますもんね。電球なんてそんなんでしたっけ？なるほど。アビリティポイント全部雷ダメに振ってるので、おっと落とされましたけど。人品もね、きついですね。
This is what one of the few times that I've actually had to use like weird backup strats that I am making up on the fly. Finally! So the reason I want her to use that earlier rather than later is because it's a really slow power-up move. It gives me time to just kind of beat her
やっぱり
up.
地面タイプをつけてくるべきだったんじゃないですかね。
Instead, she had to beat up
では入りました。
Aurora
倒せましたね。
I guess it's on brand since Aurora's for stats.
スケジュールにないのはレガイア伝説を走ってるところで、レガイア伝説がトラブルが発生したので、そのバックアップとしてチャイルド・オブ・ライトを走っているところです。で、caeshuraさんが、当社ですね、ジャパニーズリストリームの方に解説で出ていただいているかなということで、はい。緊急当番です。そうですね、悲しい事件でしたね。まあ、そればっかりはちょっと仕方がないんで、で、まあ、母が残ってると。で、あと、まあ、これが2ボスですかね。
She makes him disappear because Aurora's like, no, I can't just abandon everybody. And when he's dead, the crown on her head disappears, and Umbra attacks us because now we are no longer protected by our father's love. But we have enough strength to take the sun and get jettisoned upwards by this weird reverse waterfall. And, well, I mean, Bob, this must be the end of the game, right? We can't continue on with the main protagonist dead.
Hey, I'd like to introduce you to this game called Chrono Trigger.
Huh, you know, I've heard of it. Isn't that the one that my favorite person in the world, Puexel, runs?
I thought you were talking about me.
Well, Bob, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I have a
お
contractual
父さんですよ。
I'm
確
out
かに
of
さっき
here.
のワイプ
See
感あり
ya.
ましたけど。
I have a contractual obligation as the president of the official Puexel fan club. So, we
Dove donated $2. Tech here fixed it. It's now $5,555.
ドネーションが綺麗に合計寄付金額が5555ドル。
So, Igniculus brings us back to the altar where
ありましたって報告ですね。
that old lady in the forest way back at the beginning of the game. Yeah, it turns out she's our mother.
ここに55セント、あ、でもセント単位ができないのか。 めでたいですね。
I think that the game is actually a little laggy. But that's okay. So she plays the flute, and then everybody in Lemuria starts to gather, and they start coming over to well, except for the Guardians and the lack of people in the Piscean village, obviously. They start to come over
そうですね、石油王が
to the Queen of
2222ドル入れてくれば。そう、ドネーションはいくらあっても困らないので。
And the ending cutscene here, you actually get to see dialogue from everybody whose side quest you have completed. So we are actually only going to see 2 people. We're going to see Rubella, and we're going to see Robert. Nobody else is actually going to
助けたり助けなかったりした人々。
these are the only side quests we've technically finished. Everybody else is kind of glitched in
ま
the
あ
game to autosave.
いろいろカットしましたもんね。
And they do some. Oh, you know, this is really on brand because coming up sometime today, right? We have Dragon Ball.
Yes, we do.
And
In fact,
all
it
of...
is after Fire Emblem 5.
Neat. So after, like, so they give us, like, basically their, like, heart power for, like, a Genki Dama style, like, revival of Aurora. we get revived and do another like this time instead of moon prism.
ドラゴンボールはもうちょっと後ですね。まあ、ドラゴンボール的な感じでパワーを授かったという解説でしたね、今の。
Assumably made out of stars. And we're coming up on the final boss. Yeah. So, we're going to fly up here to the final dungeon. Except there's no other dungeons, and we're just gonna fight the boss. So Wolf, sorry. Wolf. Time is going to be when the screen turns completely white, so that you are aware. Revived as Aurora the White. And
Well, you know the theory that Betty White used to just be better.
最近ラスボス戦なんで、まあ最終形態でしょうね。まあ2回ぐらい変身しましたけど。
My wife is mocking me from off screen.
Umbra's talking about stuff, and we're just like, you know, you're a jerk. And so are these birds. Everybody, please pray for no prey with a P-R-E-Y. And I am going to focus a little bit here, but probably talking to you at the same time. So I'm going to bring out Robert. Robert is going to.
まあ、過去の恨みで王国を滅ぼすために結婚した。なるほど。そういうストーリーだったんですね。
Oh, that's a one prey there. Oh, double prey. Rude. The biggest reason I don't
僕をガンガン食らってますけど。
It hurts. So I'm going to slow birds down, cutting talons.
きついですね。これ耐える。あ、ダメですね。いやー、きついな。ちょっとセットバックを連打で食らっちゃったのを見たいんですけど。
I am going to show you a neat feature where you can actually flee from enemies, even bosses, and restart that fight because that is.
ボス戦から逃げられるんですね、このゲーム。
Recover from, with. All right. Well, Bob. Yeah, you can just. Did you know that you can just flee from the final boss?
No.
もう一回ですね。
I've never tried fleeing from a dragon before.
Oh yeah, the dragon just lets you go. It's like, oh, you want to run away?
Do dragons count as jerk birds?
Yeah, they fly, and anything that flies is basically a bird, so it's jerk.
Yeah, fair. We see some jerk birds in chat.
はい、T2 始まります。
Jerk birds, also please pray for no prey. Yeah, this fight is basically scripted. I have to do it in this order, otherwise it's real dangerous. Real danger. So let's try it.
イベントも全部やるんですね、これ。
Is a Boeing 757 a joke though? It does fly.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
ボスもリッチに仕切り直してくれると。ここでタウンとはいいとして、こっちはいいですね。携帯一体ずつ大変そうですよね。ノックバック打たれるとまずいので、さっきのは完全に運が悪かったやつですね。
So earlier I put on an item called a citrine, an oculi on Oengus's weapon slot. Now Oengus does light damage, and he is just going to wreck these birds' days.
Interesting point from Daggeroth here.
光
The
突
main
破を決めた方がいい
protagonist
ですよね。
flies. Does that make
な
the
るほど。
protagonist the Joke Bird?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good.
そうですね。
Good to
光
know.
がですね。
I mean, we basically trick our friends into joining our party. Like,
It's true. It's true. Maybe not in the actual run, but in the speed run for sure. Like,
we're like, yeah, I'll help you. No, I won't.
クリティカルヒット売店で1220%出てるのすごいですよね。
you're totally gonna
で、
see
鳥巻きを倒し終わっ
Shake's head in
てますね。
background when they're not looking.
あとは単体。スターライトの演出が強化されてる。そうですね。モンバにも属性乗ってますね。
Nice critical hit from Oangus. I am going to.
大属性です。なるほど。
So while Oangus still has the elevate damage, I want to
よく出るな。
use some more attacks with Oangus, and then I'm going to.
まあ、カウンターで強化乗ってもなーってとこですね。ダメージ強化だと対して怖いゲームではないんで、見てる感じ。
No, 4 from Finn, Aurora, and Finn. Those two. I am quickly going to use a Fairy Nectar on Aurora though because she is low hit health, and that's good, and also kind of low on mana.
リバイ
I'm
ブ打
going
つ
to
んだ。
choose to ignore the bird in the front.
鳥巻きのリバイブ打つんですね、このゲーム。
Umbra is dead, and she is. So, fortunately in this case, Umbra.
倒しましたね。
The birds do not need to die for Umbra for this fight to end. And time is coming up in just a moment. Time.
GG.
GG で
The goose
す。
is dead. The floodwaters rise. The people on Five Hills cry. The end is prophesized. So Aurora and her friends go through the mirror to bring back, to bring people from Austria, and everybody gets saved. So that's it. That's Child of Light. What was actually my final time, Bob?
Considering the time was started a little bit late, it was 1:33:02:91.
Okay.
Which, considering rust
considering-
and things like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Not bad.
considering how poorly Griffin and that fight just now went, yeah, that's only 3 minutes overestimate is really good.
Yeah, not bad.
So, yeah, thanks everyone for giving me the chance to impromptu run this game, even though I didn't submit. I'm really happy that I could be available for situations such as these.
まあ、奏者さんも今まとめに入ってる方なんで、
I am extremely happy to
洪水でもここが名前だけど、こっちの世界に使っておいてありがとうございます。 奏者さんは今、まあ、ありがとうございますっていう挨拶をしてるところですね。
For real.
Yeah, in any capacity, but I am also extremely happy that all of you are home safe and that we can still benefit Nami online this year. So thank you, High Spirits, and the Questing for Glory, Hope and Healing staff for the initiative. We really appreciate it. And that's it from me. I'm caeshura, and thank you again for having me on impromptu for this run.
I think it should be us saying thank you to you for stepping in, and I think everyone in the chat, we should also be sending our love out to the runner who was running Legend of Legaia, who His name escapes me right
Rhea
now.
Skies.
Rhea Skies, because tech gremlins can happen to anybody. It's not yeah. That was that looked like a really interesting run, and tech gremlins happen. They absolutely happen. Thank you, caeshura, for running Child of Light. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you. And I saw the opening show, Bob, and I really enjoyed the questions you were asking. But it occurred to me that nobody asked you any questions, Bob. So I have 2 random questions
here
for
we
you.
go. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Bob, how many countries have you visited outside of your own?
That's strange now because England isn't part of Europe
上
anymore.
に登っていくのは、そうですね、詳しい方がいたら
Did I say
教
20?
えていただければと思います。
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Well, Europe isn't that hard to get around, and it has quite a lot of.
Fair.
Like once you actually get onto mainland of Europe, you can get everywhere like on train or by bus. So yeah.
That's really cool. And what is your favorite magical or mythological creature?
ですね、
The dwarf.
本気の雑談をしているので、
Have you seen me?
I mean, yeah, I have, but I still want
どこまでやるんでしょうね、これ。
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was a dwarf in a
ま
previous
あ、
life.
そうですね、緊急のバックアップで、まあ、caeshuraさんが
I used to enjoy my beer.
レガイア伝説の解説で
I'm stout. I'm hardy.
いらっしゃってたのを、まあ、レガイア伝説のバックアップとして、まあ、今回、チャイルドブライトを
What
走っ
was
て、
my favorite country to visit?
素晴らしい走りでしたね。
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean,
そうですね、予定
But you're not visiting there.
で出
but
し
I did visit.
まあでも、多分すぐ急いで出した数値なので、
But if you
エピックの登録必要、
probably
U プレイな気がするんですけど、どうでしょうね。
Italy.
どこに旅行したことあるとか好きな
You know, I really go
魔法生物はとか、そんな話をしてますね。
Right.
hungry.
lasagna, aka spaghetti flavored cake.
I love it. It's amazing. Hey chat, everybody. I would love for you, all to give a shout out and thanks to Bob as well, who jumped in here last minute.
Don't need to thank me.
Do it. Thank Bob. I could not ask for better company for an impromptu run such as this than Bob the Ninja Goldfish.
I appreciate it. I really do. But I have always made a policy saying things aren't about me. They're about the runner, they're about the run, and they're about the charity. And that charity being NAMI. Guys, get your donations in. We've just had another one, by the looks of things.
Woo!
$5 from Pear Bear. No message, just $5. Messing up that 5555. So those of you in team order, you're gonna have to work a bit harder. But just we're here raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and just
そうですね、今、
if any of you have
ネッ
spent
トの読み上げの方も
time,
5ドル入れましたっていう、ちょっと5555ドルの数値ずれますけど、5ドル入れましたっていう話をしてました。
spending
そう
any
ですね。
time in any of the streams of the folks, you know how important of a charity this is to
これで売
us.
ってたからちょっと、
And
どうなっ
the
て
fact
たかちょっ
that
とよくわかんないですけど、
we're able to actually get something together to benefit
5ドルありましたよっていう話を今してます。
super cool.
で、その
Really
後、
amazing.
話を
I did a really
あんま
cool
りちゃんと聞けてなかった。
I did a really cool interview with Michelle.
そうですね、銀行崩れたから寄付しやすくなりましたね。
Show.
ぜひ、
Talked a lot about
今回は、
NAMI
ナミの方に、
where the money from these charity
実験
marathons
書なん
go
でしたっ
and
け
things like that. So, if we get a chance, go back and check that out because
It was a
Michelle's
great interview.
she's really cool. I like Michelle a lot.
そうですね、ナショナルアライアンス
And if you want to get
メン
involved
タルイル
with
ネスです
NAMI,
ね。
you can go to nami.org
精神疾患を持つ方やその家族、心の不調や悩みを持つ方たちを支えることを目的に設立された非営利団体のナミの方に全額寄付されます。
I can't stress enough how
今回、今回は RPG リメットブリークのドネーションの方から寄付した場合、そちらに全額寄付されます。日本だとカードによってできないこともありますが、ちょっとぜひ一度はチャレンジしていただければと思います。
Because sometimes just kicking the door open isn't the best way to do it. And just they'll coach you through how to do that. So please take your time and just I know we're it seems like we're talking a lot here, but it's so very important to do to emphasize to you folks on the stream.
Yeah, and the Japanese language restream just came up as well as the French one, and thank you to them. I also, I want to extend this really important message because it's not, this is an unprecedented time for the entire world, and we're all in this together. So, hey, Japanese restream, tsurai toki wa te o nobashi nasai. When times get going tough, reach out. You're not alone, and we're all in this together. So don't be afraid. It's not about strength or, just getting through it. This is something that we all need.
話出たから、そうですね。今、日本のジ
Bob, I feel like I
ャ
could
パニー
talk
ズリ
about
スト
these
リームに向けて
things
ということで
forever.
Yeah, me too.
コメントをいただきました。
It's really important, and I know, Bob, I've heard you talk in the finales in the past, and I've talked about them in the past as well. What RPG Limit Break does for the community, bringing
こうやってね、
this awareness and giving
今回
us
も
these times to, talk about these things really
リアルタイムアタックを
positive effect on
RTA を
kind of
視聴して
community
寄付を
and
していただくことで寄付を募るということで、
it helps us realize
そう
that we're not the only ones suffering. We don't need to be afraid, and that
なんて言ったらいいんでしょうね。私こういうのそんなに得意ではないのですが。
with us to go through these things.
助け合っていこうというとこ
Yeah,
ろ
I
ですね。
mean, the number one thing that it's important to
食写してもらっても
realize that if you're not alone out there. And I know it sounds very basic, very simple. But at the end of the day, every journey starts with a single step.
そうですね。ノットアローンっていうタグが、ジャパニーズリストリームの下の方にも表示はされてると思うんですが、その辺の話をしてもありますね。特にコロナウイルスの流行とでストレスが多い時期なので、今年はね、本家イベントの方では、イベント用ハッシュタグ、クエスト4グローリーの、公式の、イベント用のハッシュタグの他に、Not Alone というハッシュタグも使っていまして、そちらを使って、心の不調への意識や理解を広めるということも考えております。はい。
You don't necessarily feel alone, and that is often the first step in the road to moving forward. Because it's not always about recovery; it's about moving forward, right?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It really is, and I had the honor of not only this one but two charities this year benefiting mental health. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but toot. But I want to take a quick excerpt from something that I did say at the end of Speedrun Ragnarok. All of you who are listening here right now, you are beautiful. You are wonderful. You are amazing. And I'm proud of all of you for being here. And, if you are in a dark place now, in the future, anytime, please reach out. There can only ever be one of you, and you're not replaceable.
そうですね。最後までエンディング流すっぽい感じですね。
All of the unique people in our community. So, we don't want you to feel alone in any capacity.
で、エンディング中にコメントをしているって感じですけど。
That's what this is all about. I mean, I know that I don't ever like to promote things, but you can always reach out on Twitter, be it to Nami Communicate. If you want to use the hashtag Not Alone, you can reach out to them on Instagram. I know that there's a Tumblr, notalone.nami.org, ok2talk.org. There's a support line, which is 0800 950 6264 in the US, that operates Monday through Friday. There are so many different options for you here to reach out. Please take advantage of them, because it just
it's really important to all of us.
Yeah.
It's really hard to express with words how much we care about all of you and the whole community. But trust us when we say that we love and care for all of you. I know that 2020 has been really, really stressful, and for reasons that we can all agree with. Bob, I want to talk to you a little bit about
Sure.
what's been good about 2020 for you.
Wow. How to do this without sounding rather braggadocious? Got to go to Florida. Got to go and do Disney for the first time down in Florida.
Really?
Went to Disney World for the first ever time in Florida, and we did. I got to go to the Star Wars land, which I'm gonna pull back the curtain a little bit
そう
here.
ですね。
Not picking
ま
up my real name.
あ、なんて言えばいいんでしょうね。まあ、
And I was
本当にざっくりまとめるなら、まあ、こういう大変な時期ですけど、第に助かって頑張っていきましょうみたいなことだと思います。
Yeah, my parents named me after Ben Kenobi.
大義としてはそういうことだと。
So I've always had a very tight connection with Star Wars, and getting to go to Galaxy's Edge was really, really cool.
That's really awesome.
But the biggest thing for me this year
次に何の話をしてるのかあんまりよくわかってないんですよね。
No, still just call me Bob.
俺がど
guys.
こまで流すのかもちょっとわかってないので、
But while we were at Disney, anyone who knows me, like anyone who knows me, knows how much I love the Muppets and Jim Henson and Sesame Street and things like that. And at Disney, they actually have a Muppet thing where you can go and they do a Muppet presentation, and you are sitting in the Muppet Theater.
どうなんでしょう。私も喋ることはちょっと困っているんですけれども、どういう時間なのかはちょっとよくわかっていない。
It was so good.
I bet
I actually cried a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you.
I bet that was really, really.
Fantastic. It was fantastic.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, I want to phrase this with, I know that, 2020 has been really rough for everybody.
Mhm.
So everybody, even if it's only $1, share your
Yeah, give us
good
your
experiences.
You want to hear the
う
good
ん、
news.
そうですね。尺を
Let us
稼いでいるん
know
です
what's
け
been
ど、
good, because even the smallest things are so amazing this year. So, yes, share all of the good things.
次の予定まで40分ぐらいあります。本当ですか？
Your experience this year.
There's
いや、多分に
nothing like-
20分ぐらい、17分ぐらいかな
You。can't have darkness without the light, So it's very important that we we focus on the stuff that's focus on the stuff that's
画面切り替わりましたね。
keeping us there, you know. So, and I think we're about ready to hand off to the next set of
はい、
people.
チャイルド・オブ・ライトの
Thank you.
RP の方、こちらで、そ
Thank
れで
you
すね。
to caeshura.
はい。で、それなので、今、本家側の方も引くものがあってます。引くように言ってますね。
And
で、はい、
as always,
チャイルド・オブ・ライトでした。チャイルド・オブ・ライト 2% でした。まだ喋ってる。コメントで解説いただいた方、本当にありがとうございました。助かりました。
Be excellent to each other and party on gender specific honorifics.
結構長い間喋ってる。
Bye, everyone.
See ya!
本件がもう足りましたね。コメントの解説の方もありがとうございました。ということで、少々次の準備がありますので、しばらくお待ちください。おっと、本気側もちょっと配信再起動ですね。はい。